Welcome to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show, where you get advice you can trust from the Capital Region's leading experts in real estate and all related fields. From the latest real estate trends to the best mortgage rates, from curb appeal to home warranty, this is the talk show that will help you save and make the most when it comes to buying or selling your most valuable asset. Now, here's your host, broker and founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, the property shop, John Bevilacqua.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Capital Region.
When you say that, you sound like that guy, Ty Pennington.
Ty Pennington.
I hope I'm not insulting you by saying
I don't even know who he is, so I can't be insulted.
He's the guy that builds those houses and stuff and does...
Is he an HGTV kind of guy?
He is, but before that, he had a big show on ABC where he rebuilt houses.
Okay, yeah. I did a Zoom call today with Peter Pasternak. I don't know if you remember him.
Oh, I've heard
He
that,
was the original... Flip This House HGTV guy.
Right.
Interesting dude. Really nice guy. Yeah, we had a Zoom, and he's got a business. I may be partnering up with him on some investment stuff. Interesting.
Deal.
So
great.
So I'll take Ty Pennington. I'll take any of these guys. Whatever. You know me. I'm down for
he's
whatever.
Well liked. Yeah.
What? Hey, listen. We are on the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Real Estate Talk Show. I got a new guest today that I think is going to be very. I think Shawn Moodie. We got Shawn Moodie from Moodie Bluez Consulting on today.
Oh, that's
okay,
great.
What's up, Shawn?
Hey, JB.
That's great.
How you doing, my man?
Doing all right. Thanks for having me this morning.
You're welcome. Hey, listen. So Shawn's a credit expert. Okay, and I don't know how to explain it. Like, this guy is, he has the pulse on. Well, in particular, Shawn can help you with a lot of different credit situations. Today we're going to talk about, obviously, as a real estate show, we're going to talk about how credit affects real estate transactions, and Shawn's going to really kind of go over some, I don't want to call them roadblocks, let's call them road bumps, because Shawn knows how to get over this stuff and like help people navigate challenged credit or even good credit. Like, there's two sides of credit. There's good credit, bad credit. Shawn's going to give us both angles, how some roadblocks can be overcome, and Shawn's got angles. He's got all sorts of programs that he can help consumers with. So we're going to tackle that today. In addition, Shawn, is a financial guru on top of that. So it's credit, finance, Moodie Bluez Consulting. They do all of that. We're going to hit this hard for first and second half of the break. We're going to take a short sponsor break here so we can hear from our awesome sponsors that help this show keep going. And then Shawn and I are going to come back and talk about credit and real estate.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Hey, it's John Tesh. If you're thinking of selling your home, let me take the stress out of deciding which agent to hire. In the Capital Region, the agent I recommend is John Bevilacqua, founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty at the Property Shop. So for 2 decades, John has helped more than 2,500 families buy and sell the place they call home. That's a solid track record, one that's backed up by dozens of 5-star reviews. Hello. In fact, John is so confident in his marketing system to attract the right buyer for your home that he guarantees to sell it at a price and deadline you agreed to, or he's going to buy it himself for cash. And he provides that guarantee in writing. The agent I trust is John Bevilacqua, and he's the agent you should trust too. His name is his promise. Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. So write this number down. It's 518-957-SOLD. That's easy. 518-957-7653. Or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. I love that one. johnnyhasthebuyers.com, and you'll get your home sold guaranteed.
Buying or selling the place you call home can be stressful. When you have questions, you don't want to wait for answers. Well, for 20 years, Kim Salerno and her team at Salerno Law have built a solid reputation with buyers, sellers, and real estate agents as fast, respectful communicators. They know Salerno Law will protect their rights and respond quickly when a question arises. Trust Salerno Law. Call 518-309-3404 and check out their 5-star reviews at SalernoLawNY.com.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
All right, we're back, guys. We are back with Shawn Moodie from Moodie Bluez Credit and Financial Consulting. Shawn is, well, listen, let me get back into the mission because sometimes I forget to tell the audience why I woke up at 5:30 this morning, did my whole routine, got up.
5:30.
Called up Shawn, said, Shawn, you got to meet me at the studio because we're going to do the show. The reason I do this, guys, is because my mission is to give you guys, my audience, the most up-to-date real estate market conditions, tips, strategies, credit repair solutions, and more importantly, what not to do to be successful when you're buying or selling the place that you call home. It's what I've been doing for 20 years now. So you'll more than likely hear me throughout the show. Hey, I'm not bragging. I am just applying for the job of selling your home. Okay. So that's the whole reason why I'm here. And by the way, this is a call-in show. So, if you guys saw the show promo, I did call, and Shawn, I did not intentionally mean to date you, but I called Shawn the Jack LaLanne of credit repair. Okay.
Wow.
So, and Johnny, right, exactly.
Wow, that's quite the compliment,
I
man.
thought it was a compliment. Shawn's like, Johnny, be your date.
Yeah.
So if you got any questions, and on the show promo, I asked people, bring your questions. If you want to call in and talk to Shawn, 476-5900. Johnny G's on the switchboards, 476-5900. And yeah, so we're here with Shawn Moodie. So Shawn, talk to me, buddy. What, before we get into the roadblocks, tell us how you got started. How did how'd you get into credit counseling?
Yeah, thank you, JB. So, Long Island native, moved to the Capital Region by way of Bank of America back in 2005. And so was a banking executive for a little under 9 years. Fast forward to 2013, was a casualty of the bank downsizing. And so at the request of my wife, I took a 2-month sabbatical. Mm-hmm. And I decided, after about 22 years, really date myself like Jack LaLanne, but
it's okay.
After a little over 20 years in the corporate world, I wanted to go out on my own and be able to help people on my own terms, create a legacy for my family, and also be able to give back to the community and get paid for it, obviously. So create a win-win situation. So long story short, actually purchased a credit repair franchise called Prime Financial, which is no longer in business. However, Moodie Bluez was formed through that. And so 2013, that's when we got started, and it's been fantastic.
Wow. That's, but tell me, Shawn, I know you've talked about, you're growing now, and there's other avenues based around credit that you're moving beyond, right? So beyond the consumer credit portion of it, what else is Moodie Bluez doing? Yeah.
So, initially when we started, it was, primarily just credit repair and, helping, especially people that are looking to get a mortgage, right? That people go through life events, whether it's job loss, bankruptcy, divorce is even a big one, right? So, but at the end of the day, we didn't want to be a one-trick pony. So we can help people with other things like, let's say they've got a student loan that needs to be consolidated, or they want to get out of it. We help with federal and private student loans. I've got an amazing student loan specialist. We can help with that settlement. We've got attorneys on staff. We've actually helped clients get north of $80,000 in settlement money based on illegal practices from collection companies, as an example.
Okay.
And we also, being a part of the small business community, I found myself working with a lot of small business owners. So now we can help small business owners with business credit as well.
Right. So you come to see Shawn. It's like going to the gym. Like you got yoga classes, you got Pilates. Shawn's got a solution for every kind of credit situation. So you're very boutique, just kind of like me, Shawn. Why is that important to you to stay mom and pop, kind of grassroots? What's instead of just blowing up? Why do you like to keep it the way it is right now? Yeah.
So no disrespect to the big firms, but we really want to be, actually build a relationship with the client, right? We don't want it to be a transactional situation. We want to actually grow with the clients. When I tell clients when they sign up with me, they've got a credit consultant for life. So I want to be part of their financial team. They've got their realtor, they've got their banker. I want to be their credit specialist. So when credit challenges or credit questions arise, we're there for them. So, we really want to be there to help them through whatever financial credit needs they have.
Okay. Well, I'm along the same way too. For me, it's really trying to keep keep it relationship driven versus transactional, and that can happen so much, especially in real estate. People do deals transactionally with folks, and it's so hard. At least in the real estate business, like getting through a real transaction, it's a months and months long process, and then you don't talk to these people for 6-7 years, and you have to create that bond up front so you can continue to help them in the future, but also kind of leverage the referral portion of it, right? Because that's huge for us is repeat and referral business. So
that's the primary way I actually get business is through referrals, and so
right.
I've been able to build some great strategic partnerships, and again, probably 95% of my business is referral based. So it's very important that I'm able to build that relationship with my clients, build the trust, because here's the reality. People don't like talking about their finances.
Nobody
and certainly
does.
credit, right?
Yeah.
And so I want to make sure that, when I work with clients, they feel like they're in a safe space where they can, because obviously, it can be a very vulnerable situation and conversation. So I want to make sure that they feel like they're in a safe place where they can share challenges that they have, and then obviously we come up with a game plan to help them out. And again, we're there for them. So it's not, like I said, a one trick, like a one-time deal. We want to make sure we work together with them closely.
Yeah, you hit it on the nose. Most people don't like to talk about money, John, right? It's
a personal thing for a lot of people.
It's personal.
Yeah.
It's sometimes it's uncomfortable, and it's the tough conversations to have with somebody like Shawn will empower you, right? Because Shawn, there's no judgment with Shawn, right? He's not going to say like, "Oh, you got a 590. Like, what's wrong with you?" Like, But that's what I think people. I think that's the paradigm people are in. It's just like, man, I probably have a bad credit score. Like, I don't even want to look at it. And Shawn's telling the opposite. Like, no, like let's hit it head on because I've got solutions to help you if that's the case. And if it's not, that's even better because I have more solutions that I can get you better credit. Leverage your credit to get you into lines of credit or some sort of LLC business build solution. As Shawn's helping me right now with building business credit. So, quick, Shawn, because this show moves quick. So we got to talk about the ABCs here. You were telling me about the other day of when someone, hey, John, I'm looking to buy a house. I'm not really sure what my credit's like, and I send them over to Shawn. What happens? What are the steps?
Absolutely. So we do a free consultation, and during that consultation, the goal is twofold. One is we want to make sure that we review the credit report with the client so they have good understanding of what's on the report and why. And then two, based on that discussion, we determine whether they're a good fit for the program. And if they are a good fit, then we basically take a 4-prong approach. One, we want to make sure we educate the client around what credit they have and how we can help maximize what they currently have. And maybe there's an opportunity to even open some new credit responsibly, by the way, because a lot of people associate credit with just debt. If there's ways that you can use credit, for existing bills so that you're not taking on additional expenses. Also, we want to help them with debt. So if they've got any type of bad debt, whether it's collections, charge-offs, they may have been in a bankruptcy, we can help them mitigate that as well. And as well as we use or utilize our attorneys. So if there's a situation where we feel that their rights have been violated, especially if they've got any type of collections, we get our attorneys involved. So again, it's like a 4-step process. We want to make sure it's not just about the credit repair, sending out letters. We want to arm the client with an actual game plan, an action plan that they can follow through with.
And this might be a kind of depends answer question, but is there a specific time frame that you can get this done in, or does it kind of depend on their credit score?
Yeah, every credit profile is different. I'd say the average client's probably with me on average about 6 months, 6 to 8 months. But again, I've had clients that it's only 30 days, 30 to 45 days. So every file is different. You may have a client that has one pesky medical collection, which, by the way, the laws have changed on that. So now medical collections that are less than $500 or paid should not be on your credit report.
This guy knows all the angles, man. I'm telling you.
It's not an angle. It's just
I'm telling you. But people don't think of this right. You take it for granted, but the people out there listening are like, oh, man, I've cred. They can relate to this. So quick before the break, what's on the horizon for you as far as technology in your business? I know AI is a big catchphrase right now. People using AI for everything. Does that affect the credit world?
Yeah, so there's some AI stuff out there right now, and I'm excited to announce that we actually are launching an app. We're shooting for by the end of the year, sometime in December. So it'll be a do-it-yourself app where clients can go in, and if they've got questionable or derogatory information on their report, they can use this app to actually dispute those items, and it'll be AI powered as well. So
that's crazy.
They'll know exactly, depending on the situation, they'll know exactly how to dispute those questionable derogatory items.
All right, well, listen, you guys are going to stick around and stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. I know you might be driving in your car, or I don't know what you're doing on Saturday morning, but stick around, because after the break, Shawn and I, we're going to talk about what Shawn is, what we're making this relative towards real estate. We're going to talk about the big hurdles that consumers face in the real estate transaction process, and both sides of the fence, not just buyers, but sellers. Sellers can be affected by credit too. Right here on the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Real Estate Talk Show with me, Johnny B, Johnny G, and Shawn Moodie, right here on Magic 100.5.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Hi, I'm Matthew Stonecipher, owner of Ace Home Inspections. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let your agent know that you want to work with Ace Home Inspections because you insist on the best home inspection services in the capital region. You can also expect a home warranty, pest inspection, and mold assessment included at no additional cost. You deserve better than just a guy in a truck with a notepad. At Ace Home Inspections, we are fully staffed and here for you when you call 518-727-7091 or visit us online at acehomeny.com.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
That's a nice quick break. We're back. We're back, guys. Thanks for sticking around with us. As I mentioned, I promised you guys that we're going to tackle this whole credit real estate topic that we brought Shawn Moodie from Moodie Bluez Consulting in. Shawn is a credit guru. I mean, for lack of a better words, I mean, the guy, has written the book on this thing. And, right now, because we know the real estate market, we've talked about this in the past, John, it's so tight right now. Finding homes for people is like our biggest challenge. Shawn's like, hey, man, how you doing with open houses and stuff? Like, hey, man, we'll have them when we get them, because it's just, open houses are tough to come by these days because, the houses are sold before we even get to open them up. Yeah. They're gone. So, with inventory being so tight, working with Your Home Sold Guarantee, working with my team, we are able to give you guys access to the good stuff, right? For us, we're able to match your home buying criteria with bank foreclosures, company-owned properties, price adjustments, distress sales, basically all the good deals that get sold before they even make it to the market, hit my desk and my agent's desk long before they'll ever make the MLS. And that's why you guys got to give us a call and get set up on the VIP Home Hunter service. That'll give you access to all the hidden off-market deals before the rest of the public knows they're for sale, and you'll beat out all the hot buyers to the hot new listings. So you just got to give us a call, 957-SOLD, 957-7653. We have the lovely Brittany Ferris, our client concierge. She is standing by, just like Johnny's standing by on the switchboards, because if you guys want to call into the show and talk to Shawn and talk to us about credit issues or building credit or utilizing credit, 476-5900, 476-5900. So listen, now, Shawn, our listeners know where they can go get the properties and receive impeccable service by my team, by the way. I am bragging a little bit, but we are good. Let's talk about your team and what you guys can do to help prevent buyers from falling into into traps with their credit before buying a home. So, we're always encouraging our buyers, got to get pre-approved, right? Where do you guys fall into this situation of pre-approval and working with lenders like Ben Forcucci?
Yeah, well, first of all, you should know exactly where you stand with your credit, right? You don't want to be surprised after the fact. So you want to be proactive. So first step, if you're in the home buying process, check your credit. And by the way, you should be checking your credit regularly, right? So if I ask the average person when's the last time they checked their bank account, it's probably today.
Yeah, I got yelled at by Shawn last week. He's like, Johnny B, why'd you check your credit? I'm like, sorry, man, sorry.
Right.
I'm telling you, it's like going to the gym. I'm telling you.
And there's so many free resources out there, including annualcreditreport.com, where you can actually get your report on a weekly basis if you want to. And by the way, there's no impact to your score. That's an urban myth. You know, some people worry that their scores will lower if they check their report. That's not the case. And so that's the first step. Really checking your report.
Before we go to the next one,
yeah.
A lot of times you told me that the joint application process is a big pitfall, right? Talk to us about that a little bit.
Yeah, so if you're filing, if you're applying for a mortgage and it's two applicants, right, husband and wife or partners, whatever the case may be, both credit scores matter because when the mortgage lender is going to pull your credit, they're going to pull all three credit bureaus. They're going to pull what's called a tri-merge, which is all three credit bureaus, and they're going to use what's called your middle score. So let's say one scores 500, one scores 600, one scores 700. That means your middle score is 600. Now, let's say your spouse has their middle score is 800, which is great. They're actually going to take the lower of the two middle scores. So that means when you're applying jointly, your middle score is going to be 600. So the fact of the matter is both credit scores matter. It's not like when you're going up, let's say you want to co-sign to purchase a vehicle. This is different, so the lower of the two scores is used. So bottom line is both borrowers need to make sure that their score is in shape.
Is there a workaround by not being able to take the lower score? In other words, if you got the low score, can you?
Not when not as it relates to mortgages.
But they can build that credit score back up.
Absolutely. That might be simply paying down credit card balances, right? That's 30% of your FICO score. So, the sweet spot is, less than 10%, and there's nothing wrong with paying off your balances as well. Why pay interest for no reason? Mm-hmm. But yes, keep credit card balances low. Keep your inquiries low, meaning do not apply for any new accounts, especially during the home buying process.
Yes.
That can affect your score.
Johnny G knows all about that. His wife was a former loan officer.
Oh, yeah.
And
be careful.
I don't need to say late payments, right? One late payment can drop your score anywhere from 90 to 110 points.
Really?
Yikes.
Just one, huh?
Yeah, so you want to make
I
sure.
knew it was not good, but I didn't know. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, so paying on time is critical.
Now, Shawn's always telling me, Johnny B, check your credit, know what your credit is. Where's a lot of people, the first thing they think of, like, well, I'm going to go to Credit Karma, right? Just like people think, I'm going to go to Zillow and find a house, right? You don't work with,
I know.
Saying Zillow on this show is a dirty word, right? So, Credit Karma, why is this not a good place to check your credit?
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with Credit Karma. So, I mean,
and that's how Zillow is. It is love-hate. You nailed it, Shawn. You nailed it. It's love-hate. It's like, I'm on Zillow every day, even though I don't want to be, but go ahead.
Yeah, so on the one hand, I'm all for, using any resource out there, especially if it's free, to actually check your credit report. So Credit Karma will give you your Equifax and your TransUnion report. The challenge with Credit Karma is it's using a scoring model called Vantage Score 3.0, which is only used by 10% of banks across the country. So the gold standard, if you will, is FICO. FICO is used by over 90% of lenders across the country, and it's used by 100% of mortgage lenders. So if you're applying for a mortgage, they're going to pull your FICO score. Now, here's another tidbit. Not only going to there's multiple versions of the FICO score. So when you apply for a mortgage, they're going to pull what's called your mortgage score, which are the older FICO models. So I won't get too technical. But bottom line is you want to compare apples to apples. So if you want to see what your mortgage FICO score is before applying for a mortgage, so you're not going in blind, one of the sites you can go to is myfico.com. Now, unfortunately, it's not free. It's going to cost you about $30, but at least you're going to be able to compare apples to apples, so you know exactly what your mortgage score is going in. And obviously, you can.
That's why free's not always better, right?
Absolutely. So nothing wrong with free. Like Experian, you can get your FICO 8 score for free. But if you want all 3 scores with the reports, you're not going to be able to get that for free, unfortunately. But that's okay. I think it's a good investment, right? Especially if you're going to make one of the
you spend $500,000 on a house. You're not going to spend $30. You're not going to spend $30 to check your. Make sure you have the right credit. Like, that's crazy. Come on, let's listen to Shawn, guys. He's telling you what the right steps are here. I know you talked about this, and I'm just trying to move this along a little bit. I know I've heard you talk to my clients, during the process about, having a good credit mix or thin file. Tell us some more, what good credit mix is, and what do we got, John? We got a call?
Yeah, we're kind of out of time.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Wow.
All right. So I do want to get into the thin file credit mix. We're going to take a quick sponsor break. When we come back, Shawn's going to get into a little bit more technical detail, and then we're going to wrap it up.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Hi, I'm Matthew Stonecipher, owner of Ace Home Inspections. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let your agent know that you want to work with Ace Home Inspections because you insist on the best home inspection services in the capital region. You can also expect a home warranty, pest inspection, and mold assessment included at no additional cost. You deserve better than just a guy in a truck with a notepad. At Ace Home Inspections, we are fully staffed and here for you when you call 518-727-7091 or visit us online at acehomeny.com.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
Buying or selling the place you call home can be stressful. When you have questions, you don't want to wait for answers. Well, for 20 years, Kim Salerno and her team at Salerno Law have built a solid reputation with buyers, sellers, and real estate agents as fast, respectful communicators. They know Salerno Law will protect their rights and respond quickly when a question arises. Trust Salerno Law. Call 518-309-3404 and check out their 5-star reviews at SalernoLawNY.com.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
Hey guys, we're back. We're sitting here with Shawn Moodie from Moody Blues Consulting. Talking about credit. Shawn's a credit repair expert. We got a couple of minutes to wrap this up, so I want to get right back into the topic we left at the break on. Shawn, talk about thin files. Talk about credit mix. How is that important during the home buying process?
Absolutely. So, according to Experian, if you have 4 or less accounts, you have what's called a thin file.
Okay.
Meaning you don't really have, so the banks don't know enough about you to assess risk. Like, how risky a borrower are you, right? So, bottom line is, the top 10 percentile of credit scores in this country have an average of 8 accounts. So I'm not telling people to go ahead and open up a bunch of accounts today. However, as an example, if you're a renter, there are programs out there where you can actually report rental payments like Boom, Rent Reporters, Rock the Score.
That's huge.
Right? There's credit building accounts that don't create an inquiry, by the way, credit building, where you can actually save money and build your credit at the same time. So there are a number of different options out there. But bottom line is, you don't want to have a thin file where you have limited credit, which is, like I said, 4 or less. As far as credit mix, there's only 3 different types of credit. Mortgage, credit cards, which is revolving, and then, of course, installment loans.
Right.
And so if you got a good mix, of course, you're going to get the mortgage through John. An installment loan could be either a student loan, personal loan, auto loan, and then, of course, your credit cards. And, again, build that responsibly. If you've got a good credit mix, more than likely, the banks will look at you favorable, so you get access to better rates, better terms.
Right. So, I mean, we just scratched the surface. I told you the show was going to go fast, Shawn. Was I not lying? But really, it's what kind of summarize what we talked about.
Yeah, here we go, my friend.
Knowing your credit score, right? Yep. Don't use Credit Karma or an online source to check your credit, right? Call Shawn. He's got sources for that. Have a good credit mix. And no big purchases, no co-signing guaranteeing lows. Don't go and buy furniture before you buy a house. Don't go buy a car before you buy a house. Keep it simple. I want to thank Shawn for being on the show. Shawn Moodie, Moody Blues, Credit. Shawn, thanks for coming.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
We'll see you guys next week on the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio and Real Estate Talk Show.
The Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show is presented by Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, the property shop. Join broker and founder John Bevilacqua every Saturday morning at 8:30 to hear about the latest real estate trends here in the capital region, where to find the best mortgage rates, home insurance, home warranties, and more. To speak to John about buying or selling your home, call now to schedule an appointment. 518-957-SOLD. That's 518-957-7653. Or go to JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com. That's JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com.